everybody, it's Mary, back with another reading for you about Gypsy Rose Blanchard and the people in her life. Before I say anything else, let me just state that this video and everything stated in it, this reading, is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I state is alleged and for speculative purposes only. Okay, let's get down to some reading. So today I thought what I'd do is we're going to ask some yes/no questions. There's a lot of information flying out around Gypsy, the videos, Nicholas, Ryan has spoken. I don't believe Ken has spoken yet. And so after we do some yes/no general questions, if this was live, I could take your questions. So please, I don't like to say this so soon, but like, subscribe, share, and get my subscriber count up to 500, and then I'll be able to do a live and take your questions as I do them, and that would be really super nice. Also, after I do some yes/no questions, I visited the Akashic Realm. I have some news about past lives for Gypsy, Dee Dee, Nick, Stephanie, Christy. That's who came through to me. So yes, Gypsy, further past lives, Nicholas, Dee Dee, Stephanie, Christy. Okay, that's who came through for some past lives. And then maybe if we have some time, we'll get around to how Ken is feeling about these videos and them coming out. And because Ryan made a video, so we can always do him later. And then we can see what Gypsy's feeling inside, because even though she's made a couple of statements, for Gypsy, she's been pretty quiet. And I said that in the last reading after the videos came out, when I read her and Nicholas, how they would feel. So, let's just ask some general questions of Spirit, okay? Spirit, how is Gypsy, feeling about these videos? What's going on here? Let's just get some yes/no questions. Is Gypsy feeling scared? Is Gypsy scared? Okay, let's see. We can get an answer. Is Gypsy scared now that these videos are out? There we go. I see her card. Oh, haha, no. She's not too scared. She sees this as like a new beginning. But yeah, look at that. Check out Rose. This is Gypsy. This is her little demon familiar around her neck. And yeah, she's ready to flee and go through like another phase. Like she's gonna say she was sorry, I got a marker on my hand. She's sick or something, but she's gonna use all her powers. She has some kind of like dark magic that she's involved in, and she's gonna use them all. Even though this is the full and it's the indication of a brand new journey, a brand new start. She's not looking back. She knows those videos exist, and she's not looking back. Is she scared? She's more defiant. But yeah, look at that face. She's kind of scared. So she is scared, but she's not too worried because she's got the power of her wand and her familiar and all her little potions in her. And you see the mushrooms right here? She's growing out of fungus. Even though mushrooms can be good for us. Okay. How is Nick feeling right this minute about these videos? Oh, he actually doesn't mind too much. The Empress, that's a big yes. Nicholas is looking at them, and he's reminiscing over those days with Gypsy. He misses them. He misses them. What else can I say about that? He does. He sees her. If Nicholas was ever to get a girlfriend or some, like a woman to date him while he's in jail and possibly get married and things like that, he's gonna hold her up to Gypsy standards, the way she was with him and the way she is now. She hasn't really changed much, just her outsides have changed. Okay, how does Ken feel about this? Ken feels like she's too independent. Gypsy is gonna do her own thing. And she's gonna get money from this somehow. This increases their money base. Again, here's Gypsy with an animal. Yes, it's an owl. She's gonna make some wise moves about money with this, and with that in mind. And Ken is okay with that. Ken doesn't know what to say about that. So now we're going to say this question. Is Gypsy going to go back to jail ever? Four of Wands. Well, this is a union, a community card. And I'm going to say maybe because, see, it's got something to do with money. I believe Gypsy's going to go back to jail because of money. This is a maybe card. It's like, yes, but I've also seen this in the past. She's, look how far, like this would be her prison tower up here, right? And I already saw this in a vision that Gypsy will most likely get married to someone else, someone who has money or is like a businessman type, and it's not Ken. And together, the two of them are going to do things that are not exactly legal. Just like she's always been a grifter, a manipulator, Gypsy, you know, then that's what she's going to do with her husband. Her husband is a, not to speak badly of the dragon collectives, I got a dragon, but this guy is almost going to be like reptilian type, you know, lizard type, corporate type, who intends not to do good on this earth. I mean, look at this love couple here. Very distorted. Very distorted. So is she going back to jail? Maybe. I'm getting the feeling not for some time, like that's far in the distance. This is a marriage, a card of marriage. She is kind of married to a jail life though. She's still a thief, she's still a liar, she's still a manipulator. So what are the cards? Oh, okay. Did Dee Dee know about Gypsy, what she was up to at night, in particular the BDSM, the sex videos? Did Dee Dee have any idea? Oh, she knew. Dee Dee knew. That's a big straight up yes. Dee Dee knew, and she also, even though for the most part she didn't mind, money and stability. She's almost, oh, I'm hearing it, I'm feeling it. She's almost proud of Gypsy, that Gypsy was able to figure out, now not with Nicholas, right? Dee didn't want Gypsy with Nicholas, but she definitely didn't mind. Dee Dee doesn't mind if Gypsy's with someone. I mean, no, sorry, excuse me. Dee Dee doesn't want Gypsy with anyone. She wants to be the one to be there with Gypsy. And so, okay, so some cards just fell out. They want to speak. I'll read them in order, and then we can go back to some yes/no questions, and I'll tell you about the Akashic realm, okay? What is going on with Dee Dee knowing about what Gypsy was doing behind closed doors? They asked specifically about, you know, the sex tapes, but I'm gonna include with these cards that fell out, because I was thinking my next question was going to be like, did Dee Dee really know that Gypsy could walk and dance? Because Gypsy just came out with a statement saying that she was in some car accident or something, and they put her in a wheelchair, and that's what they told her mother, so her mother believed that she had to be in a wheelchair. I disagree with that. Gypsy's rewriting her book right now as we speak, so she's editing it. So let's see, what did Dee Dee really know about Gypsy? Whoa, judgment. Yeah, she was afraid all the time that they were going to get caught. She had to make big decisions for her daughter, for Gypsy. She felt that, okay? We have the King of Cups here. So we have someone in her life that's in control of his emotions. He's generous, thoughtful, kind. I'm getting Rod energy here, even though he wasn't exactly like, you know, like Dad of the Year. I'm also hearing maybe Dan before he removed himself. What else is going on? What else is Spirit supposed to do? Two of Cups. Yeah, this is most likely, yeah. Dee Dee didn't know. Gypsy was doing things behind the scenes with men, and absolutely looking for love. Look at the cups in this deck. Right? Gypsy's looking for love in all the wrong places. Men might have seemed kind and compassionate on the outside. Men might have seemed like, yes, she'll get money from this stuff. And actually, Dee Dee didn't mind that as much. She didn't like it, but she didn't mind the King of Pentacles energy as much as she minded the men who might, like Nicholas, thoughtful, kind, considerate. This is Gypsy's ultimate goal, you know, is this death. You know, it's total and utter transformation. In this case, it could be absolutely yes. Gypsy killed her mother, she murdered her mother, allegedly killed her mother. Did Nicholas do it for good and all? I've said that in other readings, but whatever. Dee is saying basically that, yeah, Gypsy profited from Dee's death. That was the whole reason. Because we all know that Dee Blanchard was killed, right? And we have some Scorpio energy coming in here as well. And also, Gypsy didn't mind who she threw under the bus in murdering allegedly her mother. I would think that this is symbolic. I'd like to know Nicholas's birthday, please, or see his chart. He's got Scorpio energy in there, and she basically killed him symbolically when she unalived her mother, allegedly, right? I would say that this is Nicholas, or it could be his mother, Stephanie, because, you know, she did end up dying, unaliving herself. And this is, you know, hey, I'm a Scorpio rising. I got nothing against Scorpios. It's just that there's a lot of dark energy there and light energy. And also Mars is ruled by 2 planets. It's a little wacky, you know. But yeah, Dee is trying to show us that, yeah, Gypsy had her killed. I have it that in the last channeling that Dee said Nicholas did it. But I tend to believe that Dee doesn't know fully, because, and even if she did, she wants us to believe that Nicholas did it because she adores Gypsy. She still loves her, even though Gypsy played the role of death in Dee's life. The Mothra up here. This is not like a butterfly of change. It's a moth, you know, like drawn, like Gypsy puts out a flag and draws men like moths to a flame, and they get burned, and she doesn't care. She burns them, she stings them, she doesn't care. And that's what those videos indicate, in particular with Nick, okay? But she just took the first one that would bite. I'm feeling this is Dan, and this is maybe her father, or just random men that Gypsy was trying to hook up with, you know, like what she said to Nicholas in the video about, like, she'll get in the bar, and whomever, whatever, and, you know, like, they want to pay a low amount, like whatever she said she didn't care. They want to pay for her to get proposition, what's her name again, DEMOna. And so yeah, like it's sick. Any men for money. But she had, oh wait, did I say Dan? Sorry, this is Nicholas, actually. Even though he's not a king, he probably would have been more shown, but no, like inside. And Gypsy did refer to him as, you know, master, sir. I'm sure at some point she might have said king or, you know, emperor or something. And Judgment is just like, yeah, she's Gypsy and Dee both, and Nicholas had to make really difficult decisions that are going to affect them for the rest of their life. You know, look at the hands coming out here. Right, I mean, I could put this card, which it should be right under here, you know, this death right under this. And the last card that felt, the Tower. How appropriate, right? So this, okay, this is a little confusing. Hold on. So basically what we have going on here is the Tower right under Nick. Yeah, so these videos are like super, like blowing things out of the water for him. He's like a little, I don't believe he's made a statement. I think he's, you know, kind of upset. But see, he still loves Gypsy. And we already had over here, he sees her as the Empress, Divine Feminine. And so, yeah, it's like, yeah, with these videos coming out, that's the Tower moment. We saw this in previous videos. You know, the Tower was coming for Gypsy and for Nicholas as well. And in this case, you know, it's, I want to know if Gypsy's going back to jail and when. But, so for now, look, the Tower usually is like full on blown up, right? In this one, it's not yet. It's just the heat is on. And yeah, this has been a disrupting event for both of them, for Nicholas and Gypsy. So let's see one more, if we can get one more card, because we know that this is disrupting, and Gypsy's staying pretty mum about this. I think I have, no, those are 3 cards. This is one of my new decks. I wanted to get it to speak. Oh, look what we have here, the Three of Cups. Whoa! Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm hearing on a spiritual plane, like, Bree, Gypsy, and maybe Christy are, you know, they get together and they plan how to deal with this fallout. See? They're planning how to deal with it. There's a lot of talk going on right now. And even though Gypsy is not African American or black, you know, in this card she's represented as such. And look, she's right in the middle here. And she's got her little witchy friends on each side. And that's what she's gonna do. I just got it. Yeah, she's gonna like make up a potion, and she's going to use her dark magic and set fire to her old life. I don't know if it's what I'm hearing. She's lighting fires. She's going to light fires bigger than the... She's going to do something that will obscure the videos that came out when she was younger. And yeah, if she has to pull magic out of her hat, which was the first card we got over here with the yes no questions. So Gypsy's gonna use her magic to reinvent herself again, but this time, you know, she really has to, because she doesn't have much of a choice. The videos don't lie. With DEMONa and Gypsy and the invisible baby. And yeah, like this, here, let's go back to some yes no questions. I want to know, does Ken know about, did Ken know about the 13-year-old gonna sleep with Nicholas baby pact, right? Like, no, he did not. In fact, this is the Five of Cups. Ken's not even that upset right now, or he's not showing it. Ken has anger issues, but he's not showing it. He's already in his soul decided in his mind he's moving on. He's not gonna sit around crying in the river. He's done. He's gone. I don't know when he's leaving. Let's see. Will Ken leave within 6 months? Will Ken leave Gypsy? Will Ken leave? How about this one? Will Ken leave with baby Aurora? I already asked if she's real. We could ask right now that too, but since we're riding on Ken's energy right now, here, all right, is baby Aurora real? Maybe not. That's a definite like no. There's too many. Yeah, she uses all different ways to portray this baby. I don't know how she's gonna get away with saying there is no baby eventually, but this is, well, actually, this would be fake baby. This would be fake baby, and it's in reverse. So actually, that's a yes. Aurora is real, and she presents. I'm hearing she presents a lot of problems for Gypsy, not for Ken, for Gypsy. So, I mean, the problems are there for Ken too. The problems are there for Ken too. A lot of thoughts. Also, there's drinking going on. A lot of drinking. On Gypsy's part, and she's not taking her medications that are prescribed to her as prescribed. So will Ken leave with baby Aurora? Will Ken leave with baby Aurora? Sun card, yes. Yes. See that unique unicorn that's dead right there? That's Gypsy. Okay? That's, yeah, that unique situation that in which this whole thing came about. The one unicorn, yet Gypsy is that one unicorn in this case. And there's her little familiar. And yeah, Ken will leave with baby Aurora. This could also be symbolic of baby Aurora. I'm hearing that, though, it might take, yes, yeah, this card is 19, but there's 4 flowers here. It may take up to 4 years for him to have custody of baby Aurora, but that's what he's going for. Baby Aurora in the sunlight. Baby in the sun. Okay, what else do we want to know? We want to know, does Nicholas, will Nicholas ever get out of jail? Yeah, let's do that one. Will Nicholas ever get out of jail? Will Nicholas ever get out of jail? Will Nicholas ever get out of jail? Whoa, no. No, he will not. No, that would be a yes. No, but I'm hearing again, he's probably going to write a book or do some kind of interviews, and he'll be starting to like get jail fame like Gypsy had before she was taken out of jail. So I have a feeling Gypsy's going to jail for something to do with money. Now, well, let's see. Did Christy help? Did Christy know about the videos? Did Christy know what Gypsy was about when she helped her out? Right? Did Christy help? No. Two of Wands? No. Absolutely not. No. She thought she knew what's going on in Gypsy's world. Two of Wands. She thought she knew what was going on in Gypsy's world, and she's... I don't know what's up on my camera. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, so, yeah, did Christy know? No, I'm going to say also Rod did not know either. Did Christy orchestrate things so Gypsy would go back with Ken? Queen of Wands, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she had it all together. She also helped get the Life After Lockup, the Facinelli, what's her name again? The Mommy Dead and Dearest. Christy helped with all that. She knew what Gypsy was worth. She knew how much money she could make off of her. Absolutely, Christy was all in about this with getting Gypsy back with Ken and getting rid of Ryan. Is Ryan going to stay relevant to anybody now that this has come out? No, he can't do a darn thing. The Magician. No. Ryan's going to become irrelevant. He lost his job, and so he cannot manifest whatever it is he wants. And at this point, I don't know if he wants... I'm getting a feeling, I'm getting a message that he still wants Gypsy to come back to him. Yeah. But he can't make that happen. You see, he cannot. I find that odd, this little cross here, like God is protecting Ryan by Gypsy not coming back to him. No. He didn't know about the videos, and Gypsy is not going to go back to Ryan. His life is going, he's going to be irrelevant pretty soon. That was the question, right? Will he still be relevant? So, what else do you want to know? Did Gypsy... Will Nicholas ever speak the truth? The secret he's keeping for Gypsy? Will he ever speak it? The absolute truth. Will Nicholas ever speak the absolute truth about Gypsy? No. He knows. He knows. Don't let me get banned. He knows, and he's never going to speak the truth about Gypsy. Yeah, that's a relationship made in hell. Even though it was just over videos, it was enough. It was enough for that black, dark magic to get in there, and for Gypsy to poison Nicholas's mind, manipulate him, and get him to kill, or to make it look like he killed Dee Dee, allegedly. And the answer is no. He will not. No. They asked already if he's ever going to get out of jail. Oh, will he ever tell the secret? No, he won't. No, he will not. I gotta answer one more. I gotta cover that card up before I get banned. So he's never going to tell the secret of Gypsy. Will Nicholas ever find true happiness within the confines of jail? Here we go. The Hierophant. Yeah, he will. He's gonna become more religious. He's gonna learn skills a little bit. He's taking advantage of mental health opportunities, physical health opportunities, and bettering himself. He can't give up that part of Gypsy. He won't. So, in fact, he thinks this is sacred and holy. That he's being like some good... Alright, I'll take some cards behind this so I don't get banned. But he thinks he's being like a good alkaloid here. He's being good. Following... He's been reading the Bible and stuff. This Wiccan star basically is just a star. Earth, air, wind, fire, spirit. That's all it means. Unless you're Wiccan and you put some value in that. I do put value in earth, air, wind, fire, and spirit. I just don't worship a star, okay, or the moon. So that's the only difference. But Nicholas, so this card represents higher learning, tradition. So I think he's gonna get married while he's in jail at some point later in his life. He's becoming more enlightened, and he is taking advantage of services, religious services, while he's in jail. So we can ask maybe one more question, because it's almost only 26 minutes, and for once it's not so long. And you can send me your questions. You can put them in the comments, or you can put them on the community post page for my channel. So what's the last question we can ask? Like, when do we say will these videos, we said that cause Gypsy to go back to jail, and the answer is maybe. It was a marriage card. I think I'm getting a really strong feeling. It doesn't have to be a marriage card. The Four of Wands goes to be community. She is going to hire, not just, she has Bree, her mouthpiece, and Christy on her side. Let's see, is Christy still on Gypsy's side? Are the Blanchards still on the Gypsy side now that they've seen these videos? Because Gypsy is going to probably hire a lawyer to protect herself about these videos. Somehow, some lawyer somewhere is going to figure out some way that these videos have no relevancy on her. Not that she can be tried for the same crime twice. So I don't know why she would, she wouldn't have to really defend herself in terms of that. But that is her biggest fear. Her biggest fear is going back to jail, like getting caught. But for what? I don't know. What do the Blanchards feel about these videos? Oh, they don't, again, in reverse, the Hangman. They don't want to know this. They don't want to see it. They don't want to accept it. They don't want to know about it. Mia and her brother, again, we have in reverse the Moon, denial. And also, this would be a card of insanity. No, they're not. Mia and Dylan, they don't want anything to do with this. They are not engaging in her. See the three figures again? Over here, they don't want to engage in Gypsy's witchy activities, They want nothing to do with it, okay? They want to stay in the sunlight, I just heard. They want to stay in the sunlight with, yeah, they're not even not accepting it. They won't even look at it. They don't even want to see it. They don't want to know. I'm sure they are aware, but they don't want to get involved. They're done. Let's see if just Christy is done, because as I can, whoa! Some cards fell out. Let's see, I just was saying Christy when these fell out. So what's going on with Christy? Just by the way, from the Akashic Realm, we have for Christy was a Native American who converted to Christianity. And she actually helped fight in either the French and Indian Wars, which is the war fought in the colonies, the 13 colonies, about 20 years before the War of Independence. So either she fought in the French and Indian War, which was mostly between the British and the French, and I think the Native Americans took the British side, if I'm not mistaken. But the point is that she was a Native American woman, and she heard this message of Christianity and she liked it. She converted as a Native American. This is in the mid to late 18th century, the 1700s, and she either helped somehow fight or provide aid to one of the armies, either the French or the British. There was no America yet in the French and Indian Wars, for that war. And she did not die from that war. She actually had a pretty good life. I'm hearing she had children. She married a British or French person. I don't know. I have to go back to the Akashic realm to figure it out, but or to just get the answer. If she fought during the War of Independence, she fought, hearing the British side. I don't understand that part, but yeah, and then she married a British soldier and settled down. She was Native American though. She had children with the British guy, soldier. Even though they lost, the British soldiers stayed in America. So that's all I see for Christy in the Akashic realm. But these 4 cards fell out when I was saying, like, how does Christy feel? Like, what is she gonna do ultimately now? You know, she ushered in this stuff. So let's see. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, building a house. We have the King of Wands. Interesting. We have the 10 of Wands, and we have the 7 of Pentacles. So what we got going on here with Christy is this. So she's concerned about her own house right now and her husband, Rod. She doesn't really want to pay too much attention to these videos. She will answer questions, even though I just said they want nothing to do with it. They don't want to see it. They don't want to have knowledge about it. They don't want to know. They see, because it's in reverse. So they don't want to open their minds to this possibility, except for, you see that snake there? Yeah, so that's Gypsy, and they're stuck by this. Like, this is in their lives, but they don't have to give into it. They're gonna not say much about it at all, if anything, and they're just like closed off. They're not even opening their minds up new possibilities for anything. Gypsy may come to them and say, "Can you do me a favor?" Wait, how do I do Gypsy? Can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? No more favors, Gypsy. Not for you, not from your own family. Okay, they're not going to be crazy like last time. All right, Christy's too busy building her house back together. She's going to rely. She has a friend, or Mia, and they are concerned more about their house. You see legacy right here, even though this card usually doesn't talk about that. It talks about building a foundation, building a house, building stability. And see, this shows that I haven't done Mia's Akashic record. I mean, I just get what comes to me. But yeah, so like, this is ancient. Okay, so we have the sun, the moon, and the Triska, which is an ancient Celtic symbol of like infinity, and like eventually became like relevant to the Holy Trinity, you know. So anyway, the point is that, you know, right now it looks like things are bleak, but these 2 figures don't feel bleak. Mia is really going to be there for her mom, and the Blanchard household is going to build itself back up again with the help of Rod. Is not going to run away from this either. I don't know what his birth sign is off the top of my head, but he's really passionate about this. He's the King of Wands, but he's also, I'm getting the Emperor. He is going to really double down and be like, that's it. You know, we are coming together as a family. And he's passionate about this. He's passionate about the fact that he does not want Gypsy or any negativity. Look at these negative animals. He will fight back with whatever he has. He's done. He is so tired of this. So tired of his life being, air quote, manipulated by Gypsy. The camera was just on 333, by the way. 3334. This is a good progression. Yeah, and we have the 10 of Wands. So this is all overwhelming for the Blanchards. Very overwhelming. And they've been patient with Gypsy, very patient, and they put a lot of work into her and helping her, whether it was for their own personal gain or otherwise. And they're just very disappointed, and they are just gonna sit back and wait and see what happens, because they don't exactly want to be involved with this. This happened when Dee Dee was still alive, so they were not in her as much in Gypsy's life as now. So what do we have? I mean, I can only think of questions off the top of my head, but they're going to be patient, and they invested. They are getting money from Gypsy and what she does, but in relation to these videos that came out, like, yeah, they might make more money someday from it, but they just they're willing to just let this ride out and wait because they care about their household. So is there anybody else? I mean, we have Nicholas's stepfather and stepbrother, but they haven't been there for Nicholas really. So like, what is Nicholas's stepdad and his brother, or his father? What does Nicholas's father think about this? Like, is he even going to speak out? Is he going to say anything? Is he finally, like, Stephanie is saying, please let him talk, let him come out and say something. Oh yeah, he may. Yeah, Nicholas's dad or stepdad might actually put in an appearance. Not about the videos, just support Nicholas in jail a little more, and his brother. Just provide a little more support. They know he needs it at this time. Although I'm hearing that Nicholas isn't going to tell anybody. Also, he's getting a lot of his power, Nicholas is, from God. He really wants to, like, he's going to acknowledge that, you know, that was all like, not so much like Gypsy, because he doesn't want to speak ill of her, but when he does speak about her, he talks a lot about forgiveness, you know. And Nicholas is like, I'm hearing that this is the kingdom of heaven, and he's using his knowledge and power, it's being given to him by God to do the right thing and to not back down this time, even if it's just writing a book. He doesn't have to tell the secret, and his father and his brother, his stepfather and his stepbrother, are gonna, you know, respect this. They know that he needs help, he needs family. So the answer is yes, his father and his brother will be there for Nicholas, although I'm hearing that they're not going to do it where everybody else can see it. The media, is the media going to pick up Gypsy again, or is she going to be like hot news, or is she a hot mess? And either way, the media doesn't want anything to do with her anymore. Oh, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, they're already thinking about how they can spin it. The media, Lifetime, you know, like Hulu, Netflix, any of those companies, you know, movies, producers, they're all talking about Gypsy right now. The ideas are being pitched to them. What can they do about profiting off of Gypsy? And if they profit, Gypsy profits. And they're pretty stuck. Like, they went, like, as soon as they found out about these videos, they doubled down and they were like, yeah, let's get back to work. Like, they're really going to consider this. They're not going to, you know, let it be just like maybe. No, they're really, really thinking about this. So will there be another series or movie or like an interview with a network with Gypsy? Will this be successful for her? Will those videos ultimately lead to networks giving her attention again, including like interviews on like ABC, NBC, any of those things? Or so, because they're thinking about it, the producers and those people are thinking about it. So there's gonna be an interview. Yeah, she's gonna make money off of those videos, and she's gonna be able to, actually, she's been in a place lately where she's kind of been broke and stuff, and so this is gonna bring in some income, and somehow in a weird way it's gonna balance out her life. She's able to handle this. Yeah, of course she is. She's a master manipulator. She's a mastermind, and so she can stand on the top of a tower on, like, practically on one foot and balance this out. It's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of stability coming her way. It's gonna fade eventually. It will fade, but for right now, it's like it came out of nowhere almost. We've known these things existed, but to see them, and she's taken it in stride. This is, yeah, even if that's why she's been quiet. I said that in the last video too. I said, what's Gypsy gonna do? She's gonna stay quiet. She's gonna keep her mouth shut. That's what she's gonna do. So yeah, it seems that there'll be at least an interview of some sort where she's going to defend herself, and so it might, I'm hearing even it might be something live, like a live stream, and people will pay money to speak to her. But I think it's something a little bigger than that. Something a little bigger than that. And this is an ability she's had her whole life, and she will continue to have. So we're at 39 minutes and 27 seconds. I don't know any more questions to ask other than here. Did Gypsy really believe the things she said in those videos? Yes, she did. At that time, Page of Cups. She's all in. The mysterious baby she talked about. How. And everything was from DEMONa. So it's free. It's free. She got everything for free. DEMONa got it for them. And the baskets of clothing and the money and everything. She had it all. She had everything planned. She's determined, dead set on allegedly murdering her mother. She has everything she needs, and she has, you know, unfortunately, usually the Page of Cups is emotions and stuff, you know. The Page of Cups is usually a happy surprise. Yeah, for her, it was a happy surprise that Nicholas is like, all right, I'm all in, let's do this. You know, I mean, at first, many times he said that he would take her away, why doesn't she stand up, things like that. But ultimately, everything worked out exactly the way she wanted. Was she really that person in those videos? Yes, she was. Did she really want a baby? Yes, she did. Did she really want it to be sacrificed at the age of 13 to her father? Yes, she did. Yes, she did indeed. And on that note, let me tell you something about Dee Dee. So, Dee Dee in a past life was some kind of party master. Like, I know in England in the Middle Ages they called it master of horse, and they would organize the parties, the revels, the jousting contests, things like that. And here we could read some energy around this possibly. I don't see, like, I think we've got our answers, but we could read some energy about this. And so, yeah, so Dee Dee was some kind of party master. I'm getting that she was, she could have been around during, wait, hold on a sec, because this is getting close to where I wrote, Gypsy. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So, Dee Dee, right, she was a party master, and she partied, Persia. It was in either ancient Persia or Mesopotamia or Egypt. So like the Middle Eastern, like I got a lot of like ancient Middle East vibes. And Dee Dee loved her role. She loved being a party master. She loved setting up parties, and she loved organizing those things for the emperor, or even just her household. I'm getting that she was part of a household that would show up with other noble households. She's not noble herself. She's attached to that household as the party master. She is a woman, and she was very, very protective of other young women, children, like young girls. They would have I don't know if I can say this word, but multiple partners going on at one time in the sexual realm at these parties. And Dee Dee was very, very protective of these young girls and women. She didn't want to see them like get in trouble or sacrificed or taken advantage of. So on that note, how does Dee Dee feel about? Well, I already said it many times, but what is Dee Dee feeling right now? Forget the yes, no. Just in this moment, what is she feeling? Because we're going on 43, and I'm going to see the energy, even though we got pretty concrete answers. So, Dee Dee was a party master, and she was protective of young women, and at, like, you know, the parties would devolve into sex parties and stuff. So, and this was normal back then. It wasn't unusual. So, what is Dee Dee feeling about finding out that Gypsy did all these things? The Knight of Swords. Whoa. She's angry. She's on the warpath, and she wants the truth. She doesn't believe Gypsy is like that, even though she saw, you know, she can see it with her own consciousness right now. She feels like she's got to have a crusade going to protect Gypsy from the backlash that's coming. That's been going on, and that is coming. That will further come. She doesn't even want her to give interviews. She doesn't. She doesn't want her to. I'm pretty sure she doesn't want her to give interviews. She really wants Gypsy to just walk away, and in their little ways that they made money, manipulatively, you know, start over, and like somehow Dee Dee's gonna take over Gypsy's body and like help her and be there like non-stop, and this is gonna fall out, so I'll take that one, and then I'll take what's in the shadows. So okay, so yeah, Queen of Swords right after Knight of Swords. Yeah, Dee Dee wants like the truth to come out, but she believes Nicholas killed her allegedly, and that see, she also has the little familiar like Gypsy has too. You see, look at that. See, because you got doves here, but what's this familiar? Gypsy has the same one, right? So yeah, Dee Dee wants justice. Oh, Dee Dee's loving the whole justice for Dee Dee, the candlelight vigils and stuff like that. She's loving it. Absolutely, she loves it, and she sees all these young people, and look, I don't think Dee Dee should have been murdered. I'm against violence of all sorts, but still, what she did in her life, she was a malingerer, a grifter, a con artist, and she used the medical system and her daughter to do those things. So Dee Dee loves the ignorance, or the people that just believe that she was wonderful, and she wants justice for herself, and then ultimately for Gypsy, because she wants to be part of Gypsy's life. And what's in the shadows? Whoa! Aha! Temperance. I thought that for a second it was the Eight of Pentacles, so I was to be like, ooh, busy, busy, busy. No, Temperance is in the shadows, which is great. This is a great note to end on. Temperance is in the shadows because you see, the Temperance angel is the healing angel. You see, eventually, and I've said this many times, Gypsy is probably going to change. Probably she'll go back to jail, as I've seen in the cards, and she will change. She'll have an aha moment or an epiphany, and she will change. But in the meantime, the Temperance angel is taking care of things. So all the insanity, all the dark magic, all of everything, the tower, the feelings, the evidence, the unrequited love on Nicholas's part, all of that is all trapped in jars right now. And the Temperance angel is, and things are on the shelf, things got to be put on the shelf because they're not ready. None of them are ready, except for really Nicholas to change. Although Nicholas is being stubborn about that secret. He's not going to tell. So, but like the Blanchard family, they're ready to say goodbye to Gypsy, or at least not let her come around as much. So you can forget what I said about Christmas, about her making an appearance. You see, everything in this world, in this universe, is fluid and in motion. You make a choice and things change. So you make you don't change very much. Your choice is still, or the results are still pretty much the same. But if you make changes, then basically, then things around you change proportionally sometimes. So, and then on this note, I will also say that let's see, we have from the Akashic records, I have Gypsy again. So she's very old, and she was also a pirate out of Spain or Portugal. She sold slaves, but at a very low level, like it was very personal. Should we do the energy? We did. I mean, we could see what Gypsy's answer is over here. If Gypsy could speak to us through the cards, I can tap into her energy. But Gypsy was she was a pirate. She sold slaves, but it wasn't like African slaves. Like, she would go to South America or Hispaniola, which is today's Cuba and Dominican Republic, and she would just take like maybe 2 to 4 slaves and like sell them or get them to work for her. She was also very low level pirate. Okay, she was a man. She was also in a tribe. I was getting Africa, somewhere in Africa, where she was barren, and the tribe rejected her because her culture invalidated her because she could not have children, no matter what she did, no matter how many rituals, spells, whatever. She was barren and she could not have children. So the tribe shunned her and invalidated her. They still let her stay there, but they called her like old mother type, you know, and this is perhaps why she has an obsession with children, but she doesn't know how to take care of them. Okay, so and then wait, we got one more thing about Gypsy, I believe. Oh yeah, she was a high priestess of some sort, like a vessel. She did, like, you know how in ancient Greece or ancient Rome even, they had the, oh, what are they called? The something virgins, the Vestula virgins. Anyway, she devoted herself to a high priestess, and the high priestess, the young women who were virginal, kind of like the way nuns are today, like that, but for pagan. This was in, where was this? Where was she a vessel? I don't know. I don't know. It was one of the ancient civilizations, not Lemuria or Atlantis. I'm talking like Rome or Greece, something like that. And she was involved in fertility rituals, and she also did festivals and got young girls ready to be like devoted to the temple or the goddess. I'm hearing Isis right now. Isis just came through. And these young girls would be slaves, actually, like taken from their families, and they think, oh, they have the high position, and in reality they're doing it for a goddess. I just heard Isis again, but so that would be ancient Egypt. But Gypsy, she did find virginal girls, and she also, like, she didn't have any children in this life because she was sacred and couldn't be touched. She chose that life to be like a high priestess. So that's another life that Gypsy had, and this would explain a lot about her karma today. And also getting young virginal girls, and some of them felt like they were enslaved. You know, their families sold them to these temples, and the temple of Isis, or an offshoot of the temple of Isis, depending on where in Egypt they were. Whereas in this, her older life as living in the African community, the African tribe, she was very sad. She couldn't have babies, and she was very sad. Whereas in the next life that I can see, she chose not to have babies. She used that to gain power, being a high priestess, and then eventually she became a slave trader. And then in one of her last lives, probably 2 lives ago, she was a victim in the Holocaust. She survived about 2 years. She was Polish, I'm getting, or Hungarian. No, not Hungarian, sorry. Polish or Czech. Back then it was Czechoslovakia, and she survived for about 2 years. I'm hearing Auschwitz, and yeah, so if you want to know more about that, you can watch videos. But she had to manipulate, lie, steal, all that kind of stuff to survive, with a group of like 5 to 7 other women, and one day they were just taken out and all shot and thrown in a pit. Literally thrown in a pit, and her hands, that's how I saw it in the Akashic records, her hands were like that, coming out of the pit. She was very good at what she did. So Gypsy, what's going on behind the surface? We know already, but oh my gosh, you saw me pull that card. I did not do anything. I don't think we need to play more cards. It's 5333 right now. Anyway, 5333, which is change, and 333. So yeah, that's a master, an angel number. Yeah, Gypsy she's in over her head with the devil. I said it many times, you know, when the devil comes knocking after you sign the contract. Hi, remember me? No? My name is, you might know me from many names. Pleased to meet you. Hope you get my name. Right? And Gypsy's like, what? I don't remember you. and Lucifer, or Satan, the Prince of Darkness, is like, well, I certainly remember you. She's going to pretend that she was under some spell. She's going to pretend that she didn't know about, like, how bad she was. She's going to do a lot of swooning and fainting. In fact, I just heard she might develop a medical condition that would cause her to forget things. Like, she says she has PTSD right now, you know, like, I've said this before, I'm going to say it one more time, even though we're going over time, and that is, basically, she says that Nick had her go in the bathroom, or she put herself in the bathroom while her mother was unalived in the very next, in her mother's bedroom, which is in very close proximity to the bathroom. Now, You can tell me all you like that you put your hands over your ears and you blocked it out, you couldn't hear it. I am absolutely positive that if someone was hurting my mother or my father, and actually my brother Michael is bipolar, and he did try to stick a screwdriver in my dad's ear. That's just one time I can remember, you know. And of course I wanted to, you know, not see or hear this because it pained me so much. But, you know, like I heard my dad scream and yell, and my dad is a really strong guy. So for him to cry out, oh, it's hurting me right now thinking about it. I was all the way on the other side of the apartment. We had a big apartment, you know, and I'm all on the other side with my headphones on and everything. And yet you better believe I heard my father cry out. You're going to tell me that she didn't hear her mother cry out? Please. Please. I'm too polite to say what I really want to say, okay? What I really want to call her. I'm not getting banned. Please, that's all I'm going to say. Be please. And I'll pull one card for Ken because he's the one, like, he's living with Gypsy. He's got to live with this. And then maybe, I don't have Aurora's deck out, but you know what? I'll pull an angel card for her. Or I'll do a spirit energy oracle for Aurora because, yeah, like, she's real, but there's a lot of mystery surrounding her. So I'm like 51% sure that she's real, but not 100%. So Ken, what's ultimately going on with Ken? Oh, I see his card down here, actually. Oh, 2 came out. 2 want to come out for Ken. We have the 3 of Swords, right? But it's in reverse. So, yeah, like I said already, he's getting out of this situation. She's hurt him, but he's moving on. He's not going to let this affect him. And the 4 of Wands for Ken. I've said this before. You can watch some of my earlier videos. He will get married to somebody. It just won't be Gypsy. And I also saw before earlier with the Death card 4 flowers, and it could take up to 4 years, right? And look, it's the 4 of Wands. Gypsy is really deeply hurted by this. And he's gone. 3 of Swords. He's gone. And in this deck, you don't see a heart like usual, but it's like he's caught in the middle of all these crazy thoughts and all these terrible things going on, like this insanity. Look at all these black clouds up here and thoughts, and the ground is all cracked and dry. And yeah, Gypsy, you know, I hate to say this about Ken, but if he ever is staying with her for the money and fame, which I tend to think he did, you know, it's dried up. Even though there's these videos that like make everything juicy again and spicy and hot tea, no, he's gonna go. It hurt him, but he's not gonna let it show so much. He's just gonna go, and he's going to get married one day to the woman he truly loves. And see, he likes blondes apparently. You know, and I already said it, in 4 months baby Aurora could be leaving or something. I don't remember. When I channel, I very rarely remember what I said. So basically, yeah, baby Aurora, he wants to leave with her, but even if he didn't leave with her, somehow Gypsy got custody of Aurora, which I doubt very much, but because I've seen Aurora's future and she is with Ken and his new wife, his wife, who's not Gypsy. But yeah, it's gonna take some time, and yeah, he's already thinking about leaving her and like marrying somebody else someday. Like, he doesn't have anyone picked out, although I have said this before too, that he may have already met this person, but they don't see each other, you know, they don't engage like on a romantic level, not yet. And then, all right, fine, and that's what we'll do, because we're at 58. Nice, 5858. Look at that. So we'll do 1 energy card for baby Aurora. So what is the energy? Because she's really surrounded by angels and stuff. So there's her card right there. She's surrounded by angels. Ooh, sorry. And yes, I still have a small table. I won't be moving for some time, actually, maybe like a month. So, but that is one of the first things I'm going to invest in, a bigger table. So Aurora is surrounded by angels. She's highly protected. Okay, you can also see that in some of my previous videos. And what do we have now? Soulful Appreciation 33. Reduces to 3, but also Aurora is going to start to step into her own power with infinite possibilities. She could basically, this is not going to affect her. she can be whatever she wants. She is appreciated. There is heartfelt gratitude. If she could say thank you, she would. She doesn't know how to speak that way yet to us. She is going to bring great change and transformation to mostly the Blanchard side of the family. I see a lot of generational curses on that side of the family. And she's the one who's going to bring this balance and harmony. And look, the butterfly weighs more than the money. So Aurora doesn't care about the money. She's grateful for it, but she doesn't care. She cares more about becoming the beautiful person that she is meant to be, with loving parents and not money hungry parents, like some I could name, like also known aka as Harlequin, DEMONa, GRB, allegedly. I don't know what her real name is. She's got so many alter egos now. I don't know. I don't know, but mommy seems to want money, and Aurora cares more about getting out of that, transforming. And actually I can see this now. I'm having a little vision where she's flying off into the angels in the clouds. And not that she's dying or anything, she just, that's where she belongs, up there. She's, yeah, she can fly all around, you know. But right now she's I'm hearing that Ken is so grateful for her. He loves her so much. He really loves her so much, and she loves him. So, and with my own heartfelt gratitude, we're gonna end this reading now. And okay, wait, I forgot to say this. If you'd like to know, or we could do another reading on Nick and Nick's mother Stephanie, and I can tell you then about what Nick's mother was in a past life and what Nicholas was. So, all right, because I don't have Nicholas's deck out right now. I wasn't expecting that this to go this long anyway. So, but you know, yeah. And I probably want to visit the Akashic Realm one more time and ask about some of the other people, like Dan, about who else do I want to ask about? Rod, Christy, although I told you about Christy, like just some other people like Bree, you know, who were they in a past life? So see, I am writing my notes with the Akashic Records. I'm doing this slowly, so if you really can read my chicken scratch right here, you know, you can get the answers, or you can watch my next video and I will do some more Akashic Record reading. So with that said, this is a crazy, look at all the cards all spread out like this. I start out yes, no, it's like this is real like energy, you know, but no, these are very clear answers. And I feel spirit moving through me, very high frequency right now. It's like these messages got to get out there. People got to hear the truth. And I appreciate all of you. You are the best part of this channel. Thank you. And yeah, so I already mentioned the algorithm. Please like, share, and subscribe so we can get up to 500 subscribers. And then we can have lives where you guys can ask, or y'all, I want to say you guys, y'all can ask questions interactively, and I think that would be really nice. In the meantime, leave your comments below or on the community page for the channel, the main page for the channel, and please let me know what you want me to ask about. And if you want me to ask about anybody else besides Gypsy and all the people that are in her orbit, yeah, I can channel almost anybody as long as they want to come through, which is usual for me. Like I have to block people out sometimes. So, okay, because I don't really like asking, like, share, subscribe, but I really would love to do interactive live streams with you. So, okay, with that said, wow, okay, my eyes just keep going to this repeatedly over and over and over again for Gypsy. Yeah, maybe I'll do another deck for Gypsy, use a different deck and see if this, I mean, it did earlier, the devil came out. So the healing's coming. It's in the shadows. It's just, you know, who knows who's gonna get healed first. I'm hearing actually Aurora. I'm hearing Aurora will get healed first. Look, see, she's trapped right now, but Aurora's gonna be the one that heals the most and be the healer. Okay, so with that said, I hope you're enjoying the holiday season. I wish you all the best. Much love, many blessings. See you in the next one. Okay, take care. Bye.